Welcome, everybody. About 4 years ago, I was out knocking doors for my re-election, and I knocked Melissa and James's door. And I think I got Melissa, and I think we just started talking, and she was talking about this property. She said, we bought that, and we're excited to redo that and get rid of blight. We're just excited to help out in our community and develop our community. And I was really excited. And I'm still really excited because they have taken this property here, and they've really shown a vision. Melissa and James have said, we are going to help South Lansing. We're going to be what we call emerging developers. You know, they are not the traditional children of developers. They have gotten involved and said, we want to help their local, they're local business owners. They work here, they live here, and they are just tremendous citizens. So I'm really excited to be here at this property. As you can see, this is an older, somewhat blighted building, but we see this as a building with promise. I want to welcome everybody. We have some boards, but they keep blowing over. So you can see the before and the after. You certainly see the before, and we're really excited for the after. I'll give you a little bit of info on the city and how we're involved. I want to ask our LEDC friends to come up, and then it's the Melissa and James show. So we've been working with them for a while. Our LEDC has, we received a grant from the MEDC for what's called Revitalization and Placemaking. And we decided that this project, especially in Southwest Lansing, especially with emerging developers, we wanted to do what we could to help. These two have learned a lot about finance gaps and grants and going to really find and chase dollars that they could use to help redevelop before they get to implement their vision. So we were proud to put $1 million from our Revitalization and Placemaking Grant that we received into this project. We also provided to City Council, which unanimously passed a few weeks ago, a Brownfield Plan, which is going to ensure that the city can provide dollars, about $380,000 in future taxes that we know are going to come in when they are tremendously successful. We are also working with them on a Facade Improvement Grant to make sure that we can do facade as the building gets built. I want to recognize Councilman Adam Hussein, who is not here because he's a teacher. And I talked to him this morning, and he's been sharing this event, and he's tremendously excited. This is certainly not only in his district, but it's somewhere he grew up, and he's seen this building deteriorate. And I know he is good friends with both Melissa and James, and is a big supporter. So I do want to recognize his support. And we'll try and do these a little later in the day in the future so he can be here as a teacher. When we do the grand opening, we'll do it later so he as a teacher can be here. But I am just thrilled to see that we are moving forward, that the dollars are getting raised, that the vision is there, because what Melissa and James are looking at is exactly what we want. We want emerging developers who can go through programs and then can build, can make our community look better, and honestly, can make some money while doing it. We'd like to see that too, because they're going to be successful, and they're going to go from this project to the next one to the next one, and be our next big developers here in Lansing, especially in the South Side. So I'm thrilled, as you can tell. I want to ask Shelley to say a few words, who is the president and the chair of the MEDC. We just promoted you. Yes. Shelley, who is chair of our Lansing Economic Development Corporation.
Thank you, Mayor. Hello. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful day. I'm Shelley Davis Boyd. I'm the chair of the Lansing Economic Development Corporation. Our mission is to improve the Lansing community by fostering economic growth that's strategic, sustainable, and equitable. We're so proud to be celebrating this project today that reflects that mission in action. James and Melissa, I've had the chance to meet them multiple times. They've demonstrated an incredible commitment and determination into bringing 820 West Miller forward. Their investment of nearly $4 million represents a major step in reinvigorating this neighborhood node and reestablishing this as an active part of the community. This property was once acquired by the land bank, the Ingham County Land Bank, and it's encouraging to see it now moving into private reinvestment and new use, especially from developers who are born in, live in, and care deeply about this community. James and Melissa, as the mayor noted, are also graduates of the Lansing Seed Academy, the Lansing EDC Seed Academy, which prepares emerging developers to take on projects like this. On behalf of the LEDC board and staff, I really want to congratulate both of you on reaching this important milestone. We look forward to seeing this investment come to light. Thank you.
We also have a variety of folks here from the Lansing Economic Development Corporation, Alex Watkins and Aurelius Christian, and I know we've got a variety of other folks that are guests here, Raleigh Van Fossen with our Economic Development and Planning. So I want to ask Chris Klein, who's the president and CEO of the Lansing Economic Development Corporation, to come up and say a few words. Chris?
So thank you, everyone. So not much more to add to what other folks have said. Mayor Schor and Chair Boyd covered a lot of the different assistance that we've been able to help James and Melissa with to see this project come to fruition. What I'd like to do is just thank you for what you've also taught us. So I know you've learned from the Seed Academy, but you've also helped us better shape our programming and how we interact with emerging developers. It's a space that we're continuing to invest our resources in. Again, to have that homegrown development, being able to see that investment from people, right here in the city, investing in their community, is very, very important to us. So, just want to thank you, and I know it's been many years of just persistence and persevering through and figuring out ways to make this work. And I know Aurelius has been a huge part of that as well throughout the project. So, thank you and congratulations, and really excited to see this activated. Thank you, everyone.
Of course, I forgot to mention Chaz Carrillo, who's not only on our EDC board, but is president of the Hispanic Chamber, and he's here, so thank you, Chaz. And now I'd like to have our hosts, our guests of the hour, have a chance to say a few words. I'm sure if I know Melissa, she could talk for quite some time, and James will just nod his head. But I do want Melissa White and James Denning to say a few words from Novi Properties. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There you go. Just because I said that.
I appreciate everybody coming out to our little project here on the south side. It's been a long time coming. Bunch of help from a bunch of faces in the crowd, from good childhood friends to city officials. I definitely appreciate. We appreciate all of the help. So, anything you want to add?
You gotta say a few. Come on.
No, I have a lot. Of course I have a lot to say. Stemming back to the friends. If it wasn't for his friends that came here when we first bought the project and saw the vision with us, I'm talking about help spend hours of removing trash and debris and cleaning it up, and people that dumped their belongings here and they would just come help, or come helping us board up windows that continue to get broke by nonsense. I want to thank Aurelius a lot, because I've been quite relentless, and he's put up with a lot with me and my emotions and all the struggles that we've gone through with this project, because this is not easy. This project is so unique. It's not just your typical project where it's just a development, because not only are we developing a real estate project, we're also going to own and operate a laundromat. So there's a lot of different moving parts to this project that none of us could really figure out a true equation that made sense for everyone. There were so many different moving parts that none of it made sense. But after 4 years of working hard and alongside each other, we were able to figure it out. And I truly do appreciate Aurelius, Chris, for just putting up with me for 4 years, and we've made it here. And I owe a lot of thanks to the mayor, because I honestly did have doubt, and until I got to know him, and we got to share this project, and he could see what it meant to not only us but the community. The main thing to me, and what sets precedence on this project, is the fact that he's investing in the underserved community. I think a lot of people, they have their own scenarios about him, and he's investing in all these bigger projects downtown, but here we are, south side of Lansing. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm gonna give you a hug. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, James, my friend. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Chris Klein, President and CEO of Lansing Economic Development Corporation. I would say every project that we do is looking for that community impact. A redevelopment of a blighted building along a key intersection right within a residential neighborhood that's going to bring services to serve those neighbors and those residents. Looking at the developers themselves, having that impact of them being emerging developers, getting into the development game, being able to nurture that and support that is also very important, and hopefully we see more projects from them. This is just the start.
We're here on Miller Road, in the southwest part of Lansing. As you can see behind me, there's a pretty blighted building. We were really excited that we're announcing that this whole building is going to see a makeover. Two Southside residents, Melissa White and James Denning, have become new developers. They live here, they work in the area, they've got kids here, and they are now developers, and they've received some grants from the city and from the state, from our Lansing Economic Development Corporation. As James said, we hear a lot about downtown development, you hear a lot about the Stadium District, but we have not forgotten the South Side. We want to make sure that we can take properties like this that have fallen into disrepair and make them, exciting and new once again. So these two folks are just tremendous, and I'm really excited that they live here and they want to invest here. When you have a multi-million-dollar project and they're just learning how to do it, I think this is just the first of many. So I'm excited, and we're looking forward to seeing this come together over the next year and a half, and we can't wait to be here for the grand opening.
I grew up in Churchill, and back then, the South Side was the best place to be in the city. So to bring this back here, it means a lot to me personally. I also appreciate the opportunity to show younger kids in the area a different avenue.
Seeing just regular people from the city, we don't come from a family of wealth, we're not rich, we're just regular people that still live on the South Side. I mean, we live in a 700 square foot home right now. So us making that investment and just persevering through and teaching ourselves along the way and just having the network and just not giving up to show that you can grow up poor and just continue to make it, and this is the result of that.
My name is James Denning. I am the co-owner of Novi Properties, LLC. We own the property located right here at 820 West Miller Road in Lansing, Michigan. I personally born and raised in Lansing. I grew up in Churchill. I went to all public schools, Wainwright Elementary School, Dwight Rich Middle School, and graduated from Sexton High School. Left a few years for college, out of state. Got a degree in engineering. If I come up with a plan, I'm either gonna make that plan happen or I'm gonna pivot the plan to make what needs to happen. So going through, it's been so many different iterations, so many different pivots, and for me, I'm just determined. So that the need to see my vision come to reality, that's what keeps me motivated.
What you see here is not reflective of the South Side. What they're gonna do, that's reflective of the South Side.